The countdowns are over. The balls have dropped. The confetti swept up and ornaments packed away. Another holiday season has passed and a new year has begun. But for some of us, as we transition from the magical memories of our celebrations back to the routines of our everyday lives, there's still some unfinished business. The little matter of our New Year's resolutions. Those achievements, both great and small, that we just haven't quite been able to accomplish before, are now at the front of our minds with a renewed determination for success. Perhaps you want to quit smoking and are going to try getting hypnotized. Or maybe you're determined to put yourself out there, so you'll download a dating app. Or possibly, like a lot of us, you are absolutely, positively, without a doubt, going to get in shape this year. This is your year. But that probably means you'll need to join a gym. That sounds expensive. That sounds intimidating. Maybe you'll just learn how to cook instead. No. You are doing this. You are going to join a gym. A gym that is reasonably priced. A gym that has promised for over 20 years that it will not judge you. But does such a gym possibly exist? It does. And that's why this week's On Brand is on Planet Fitness.
We're all jazzed up, nearly having a cow. You want your favorite show and it's on right now. It's on Brand.
Welcome to On Brand with Jon and Marisa.
Hey, I'm Jon.
Hey, I'm Marisa. Happy New
New Year. It is 1 week. We're 1 week officially at the sound of this recording into this new year.
Wow.
7 days into 2026. You and I have not been face to face with the energy of the mics for 2 weeks now. The audience doesn't realize that. They've had double dose of us nonstop.
Nonstop. We plan to keep it that way.
We plan to keep it that way, but here we are. New year, new us.
Planet Fitness. This is a really good one. It's at the forefront of everyone's mind when that ball drops because you see throngs of people in Times Square with Planet Fitness
Everything.
Jamiroquai hats.
Jamiroquai hats, inflatable top hats. They've had the dancing mechanic tube people. There is signage. It is inundated with Planet Fitness at the New Year's Eve Times Square celebration.
People have their diapers on.
They've
People
got their
have
diapers
Did
on.
you see there was a lot of controversy this year with the year glasses?
I did see them. People did not like the look of them. I was like, they can't be that bad. And then I saw them and I was like, they sucked.
Beyond stupid.
I mean, they haven't been good.
The perfect one was the first one, 2000. You have two little spectacles right in the center. We've been chasing that ever since.
Well, we had that for 10 years, right? Because we had 2001 had it,
Sure.
2002. I could go on. 2003 had
Please
it.
do.
2004, all the way to 2008. And then, of course, 2009.
Who could forget?
And then even technically 2010, because there's just a one in between
What did they do? Did they do the two little spectacles and then just like a one right on the bridge of your nose?
Yeah, they should have made that look like if it wasn't 10 years too late, look like a lightning bolt and tied it in with Harry Potter.
Sure, yeah.
Then 2011, everything started to go to hell.
We're squeezing a tiny eye hole in the middle of a one.
In the middle of a one.
The one for I think it was 200 and then a 26 on top.
Just like on your head.
On top of your head, top of the glasses.
You just have to carry around a loose 5 wherever you go.
Yes.
Everything was chaotic.
What are we doing?
I wonder if 2012 saw a greater increase in impaired vision because of the change of the New Year's glasses.
You know, correlation, causation. We'll have to get our best scientists on it.
I know
wonder.
what rabbit hole I'm going down tonight.
I've never been to a Planet Fitness. I've been to 24-hour fitness. I've been to Equinox. Heck,
Ben?
I've probably been to a Curves.
Wait, Ben or
A brief membership.
Membership.
Sure. I've had a brief membership.
At all of those places?
24-hour fitness, I might still have one.
I'm not kidding. I think I do still have. I think I've had one there for like 20 years because it was so cheap.
Yes.
It was like $8 or
a
something.
year. Yes.
So I just kept it.
This sounds really familiar. I'm sure if I asked my mom, I'm still on there because it was like when I was in high school, it was that thing where it's like, do you want to pay $14 and for the rest of your life you're a member of 24-hour fitness? And being like in high school, like, yeah, sure. And my mom still, I feel like there was a time where I was like, I haven't been in 15 years and her being like, I can't cancel it because like we're grandfathered in.
Right. I mean, technically, we've only spent $300 for like 18 years.
Sure, big deal.
I'm glad you said that because I have had pings of guilt of that.
Are you actively a member of a gym?
I'm pretty sure I get a little money taken out every month for 20. I don't even think the 24-hour fitness I went to exists anymore.
Sure.
And I feel like a few years ago, I Googled just to make sure they were still in the city because I do like to have. I used to be a gym bunny, not all the time, but like I was always all or nothing with dieting. And as I've gotten older, I've started to care much less about being overweight or healthy, which is great because it used to consume me.
Yeah, it's very stressful.
But yeah, I would go through periods where I would join a gym. We had a local gym next to me that I could walk to that I joined many times. They had a great like 3-month membership but 24 hours was kind of like of the bigger gyms that I would join because they were cheap and it was easy. But I never did a Curves. A Curves seemed a little like wah.
It's kind of I don't know if you're the target demographic for Curves. One of the main selling points for me for having a gym membership is I like to have in my younger years when you're a gal about town.
Girl, you're still in them.
Thank you.
6 more months.
You know, all the people I saw this meme. Someone posted it in Meme Mayhem on the Discord. All the kids born in 1986 are turning 30 this year.
Wow.
With the way we see time.
Wow.
I like to have different places around the city where I could get a shower.
Okay.
You know,
that
and where I could
like a very unhoused thing to look for.
I would have half my wardrobe is in my trunk. I have a blow dryer. It was the mid-aughts, so I had a hair straightener. I had makeup, you know, I had my going out clothes. I have it all in the car. So I have
your
basically
Oral-B,
my Oral-B, my floss sticks, my remember Listerine breath strips?
Of course. Do they not still make those?
I don't think they
I hate
do.
it when something comes up and I'm like, wait, I'm going to go get some of those. And they're like, we haven't had those for 14 years.
Turns out you shouldn't eat a little bit of quick dissolving plastic. You ever on a dare eat the whole stack?
No, absolutely
On
not.
a dare,
They were
you could eat the whole stack.
They were a little intense for me.
Yeah.
I had a palate that was too delicate for an Altoid.
True.
That Curiously Strong Mint was too strong for me.
Curious, no more.
Curious no more.
So I like to have there was an Equinox in West Hollywood and I was like, well, if I'm going somewhere, it's, spending the night in Santa Monica, then maybe I can pop by WeHo on the way, take a little shower, pump all the keels, head to toe.
Equinox feels like you definitely only had, if you're not familiar with Equinox, I don't know if it still is, but it was a premium gym at the time. They had like Kiehl's products or Aveda products. They had nice products, but it was like expensive. And I feel like you would have only had that membership during your writing gig or like when money was coming in.
This was when I was just really bad with money. This was when I worked at the tanning salon.
Oh, okay.
But I did have really cheap rent then. So I was able to reallocate a lot of my rent money into like Victoria's Secret panty sales and things like that.
And a very expensive shower plan. Like just go home.
It was $130 a month, which sounds like a lot.
In the aughts? That's like $1,600.
It was unlimited exercise. Have you seen how much an exercise class costs now? And this is how people end up at gyms. You're crunching the numbers. Unlimited exercise classes. Spin was all the rage, sure. For a flat fee. I looked up an exercise class on our street in my neighborhood. One exercise class, 45 minutes, I think was $38.
Wow.
I'm like, I could eat a lot of food for $38.
You know what that needs? Speaking of aughts, a Groupon.
True.
12 classes for, half price.
What I know about Planet Fitness is that I feel like they have like nacho night. I feel like they have like
we're gonna get into
free
it.
Food.
I knew nothing about it. Literally, I knew nothing about it. And I was like, what am I gonna do? I was like, I've wanted to do a fitness thing in January since we started this, and I don't think I have. I think last year or the year before I did Goop, I forget. But I was like, we need to do a gym. And I forget how I landed on this one, but I like the story. So I was like, you know what? Let's learn about it. I'm happy I did. Am I going to join? Maybe. Probably not.
I mean, you should
Prices are going up.
should go to the gym that you have a membership to.
24-hour fitness. I don't even know if there is one. I feel like I should look.
Do you have a New Year's resolution to do anything?
Nothing physical. I feel like all my resolutions are pod related.
Content creator.
Sure. Pickleball, bingo.
There's
sure,
no personal things.
You know what I did? Speaking of resolutions, this probably came from that. I went through that moment where I was working steadily and invested $1,400 on my own personal elliptical trainer.
Wow.
Way back in the day. Because that was my machine of choice.
I mean, with inflation, that's like $9,000.
It was like the price of a car.
Crazy.
And I love the elliptical trainer. And those are back. If you're shopping for those, there's a real range. There's like the real rickety ones. You're like, you can get one for a couple $100.
And you certainly should never buy exercise equipment new. The used market for exercise equipment. Just anybody who's out there, come on. People are getting rid of these things.
Everybody gives up. We're going to get into that.
I find the elliptical to be an incredibly unsatisfying motion.
Oh, I loved it. And
just
I had
swish?
I love, well, maybe that's why. I just love swishing for 40 minutes.
Sashaying.
Hey, queen. I had my mixes. I had my Madonna Ray of Light.
Okay.
I had, who was it? There was some guy who had like 3 albums out where he mixed together 1 million songs into like this like 45-minute, the name will pop into my head.
Moby?
No. It'll pop into my head. But I love to work out. I love to have my own music. I love to just like an elliptical, like it made me, I'm not a runner. I've never really been good at running on concrete. I found my body's.
But this is like flying.
But this is like, I'm like, I'd close my eyes and it was like, I can fly. It was like I was an avatar of myself.
Yeah, okay. Well, maybe, so did you have that in your home?
I did. And it was that whole thing. I probably used it for a month and then every now and again, then it had piles of clothes on it. And I live in a small apartment. I walked around that thing for probably 8 years.
Think about how many ice makers you could fit in the footprint of an elliptical.
In my bedroom. I eventually like took it apart. I had to break some of it to get it apart, put it in a pile in the front yard, wrote free on it. It was gone within 20 minutes.
Sure, I'm sure.
Gone within 20 minutes.
You could get back on an elliptical this year.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm fine. Like I said, I don't care anymore. I think other people care more than I do. They were like, we just don't want to lose you. If it hits, it hits. So we'll get into Planet Fitness. Now, we haven't talked in a long time. There's so much banter. I have like this endless list of things we could talk about. We have the end of Stranger Things. We have Holiday in Ohio. We have new Ice Capades, Sprinkles closing, slipping a little money to the curbside guy, my orzo salad, my second unit, the pencils, tariffs.
Second unit.
There's so much that we could talk about.
What second unit?
Huh?
What second unit?
My second unit.
Your second unit.
My second unit.
What is your second unit? What is your second unit? You got another unit?
Here's how I was hoping this joke would go.
Okay.
I was hoping you would focus on one of the earlier things, miss my second unit.
No.
And then the listeners would be like, am I crazy? Did he say second unit?
No, honey. We can talk about Stranger Things. We can talk about Sprinkles and Off-Brand.
I now have an East Coast unit.
In Ohio.
In Ohio.
What's in that unit?
Oh, a lot of glorious things.
What?
I mean, everything that I've been saving at my mom's house for the last 2.5 decades.
Is this new as of this trip?
Yeah, I got this unit last Sunday.
Wow.
So we're helping my mom, we've had to rearrange my mom's living situation and I've had to go through her house. She has a lot of incredible Glover archives, all like 80 years of photos.
Yeah.
Just a lot of stuff that there's nowhere for it to live.
Sure.
So she's kept my stuff for all these years. So now
the furniture you stole from the model home.
Which I can't find. Someone in the family has at some point used that, or mom gave it away to Goodwill.
It might be at an aunt's house.
It wasn't there anymore. But I do have an antique table that my mom had given me. So I got a unit. I got a new unit last Sunday. A whole new unit. I have 2 units. I'm 2-unit John.
I must assume the price on the Ohio unit is much more reasonable than LA.
It's less than half.
What size are we talking? 10 by 18?
5 by 15.
5 by 15.
And then I got all this stuff in it that I wanted to save, and I had quite a bit more room in it. So I ended up saving more from my mom's house than I
you had planned.
Made a couple more trips to save. Because my mom, like me, was a collector.
Mm-hmm.
She collected a lot of things. Her main thing was depression glass. Like, she had a basement full of it that is now kind of being divided by all the children. My sister-in-law went through and pulled sets of dishes for each of her kids. And this is what Mom wanted to have happen with it. She wanted to pass it down. I was never really that into the depression glass.
Sure.
But it is really pretty. If you're not familiar with depression glass, it's like there's a million different patterns. There's like dark green, light green, dark red, light red, pink. Like, it comes in beautiful patterns and colors and shapes. And my mom just had an eye for it. She could find, she was a thrift store shopper. She would just find pieces every time she went out. So I ended up saving a lot of that nobody else, the ones that nobody wanted. So yes, I now have 2 units. So I have 2 units. So now when I'm in Ohio, if I see something at like an antique store and I'm like, well, how am I going to get that home? Doesn't matter. I have a unit there.
What's the long-term plan for the
I don't
Ohio
know.
unit?
Honestly, do you really want to know what I think will happen?
Yeah, what do you think will happen? This is like patches on jeans. What do you think will happen?
No, patches on jeans is the New Year's resolution. I think I moved it from jeans to a tote, but patches are going to happen. I bought a patch when I was in Ohio at the thrift store. Vintage Cincinnati Reds patch, $1.
Cute.
Going on the tote. I think I'll die, and I think my units will just get cleared out. That's what I think will happen.
Oh.
That's what I think will happen.
Oh.
Unless the pod or some job becomes incredibly successful and I'm able to purchase a home that I can bring these things to.
Would your dream be to have a place in Ohio and a place in LA? Is that like the dream? The dream of dreams.
If I'm dreaming, absolutely. I think if I was dreaming, I would have a duplex in Ohio.
Okay.
Half that I'm renting out and half that just stays for whenever I want to go home.
If you're dreaming, you don't have to rent it out. It's a dream.
Yeah, but in my dream, I'm humble.
If it's a dream, have a house on the lake.
You always show me that I dream too small. I mean, fine. If I'm dreaming, I'm trying to keep my dreams realistic. I don't see myself having a mansion in Ohio.
Not a mansion, but you could have your own, it's a studio apartment above a dog pound.
I feel like no matter what, like, I don't want just dead space there. I would like some income.
Sure, you could rent it out, Airbnb it.
But I want a space that isn't.
Yeah, okay.
So to me, we don't have duplexes here as much as we do in Ohio.
Okay, you have a duplex.
That's duplex. Here it's a guest house. There it's a duplex.
It's a sensible dream.
Then I'm sharing a wall. This is what I dreamed about. I go to yell at them because they're playing music loud. I'm like, I dreamt of you, and you're too loud.
You're yawning. They're banging on the wall to tell you to be quiet.
My yawns are so loud.
Yikes.
So yeah, okay, that's what you picked the banter to be, was the unit. There's a lot of other things. Orzo salad. I made it for the first time. Did not know. If you've ever bought orzo, comes in a small little bag of £1.
Orzo grows quite big.
Like 5 times the size. I put in half the bag. I was like, I don't know. It doesn't seem like enough. Put in another quarter of that. I was like, I mean, what am I going to save, a quarter bag?
Sure.
I cooked a bag of orzo yesterday to make a little Mediterranean orzo salad that my friend Susan made for New Year's. And I'm walking around with this bowl like this of orzo.
Oh, it's like Lucy with the bread.
100. That's exactly what I thought of.
Your front door is bursting open and orzo is spilling out onto the streets of LA.
It was everywhere. There was so much orzo.
But it's good.
And I don't even feel like I flavored it well enough. But orzo is one of the things I'm going to be into this year.
Big orzo year. So your
orzo
New Year's
year.
resolutions are putting a patch on a messenger bag and eating a lot of orzo.
And not getting a third unit.
There you go.
No third unit. I mean, if I'm dreaming.
Is the unit in Ohio ground floor?
Yes, and climate controlled because I'm keeping photographs in it.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm happy. This is just, if we're getting real, I had been really stressed about doing this.
Yeah,
like, I was kind of just like, didn't want to deal with it and whatever.
You mean all the stuff in Ohio?
Yeah, figuring out what to do with it.
Shipping it back and then doing what?
Figuring out what to keep. And yes, should I really just sit down and go through it and get rid of everything? And probably, but I'm not there yet. So I found a solution that I'm just throwing a little money at it. and I was a big burden off like the next day.
I'm sure,
My
yeah.
brothers and sisters came to help me, and it was like, that was really nice too, because
That's a cute scene in the indie movie, you and your siblings in the new unit.
yeah, everyone like pitched in. Like my brother Rob offered. He's like, he's the only one with a truck, and I didn't want to bother him. I don't like to ask for favors. And then I was
You
stressed.
don't?
Not really, not stuff like that.
Swatch in Times Square?
Sure. Okay, you found one favor I asked for in 2019. Got me.
This is canon where, like you said, you were frugal. John says he's frugal and he doesn't like to ask for favors.
I'm using the word frugal wrong. I
Sure.
just like to spend my money differently. Like,
Yeah.
I don't care about.
And you ask for different things. So it's like it's the same, two sides of the same thing.
Right.
Yes.
You're not going to zing me.
Everybody listening knows who you are.
I don't know. They know me. They don't understand me. But what was really nice, and then we can move on, is like not one word of judgment. Not
Of
like, why are you
course.
saving this? What are you doing this for? Like, what is this? They just like
Yeah.
chugged and helped me, and it was a nice little moment.
Family sentimental stuff. I mean, things that are truly, I'm more closer to getting rid of stuff just because how I grew up, which was like in a hoarder house. But sentimental stuff that is truly irreplaceable, it's like that stuff is really hard just to like.
I mean, there's
Donate.
photos going back
Yeah.
100 years.
I have those things that in my family's garage is like photos of people I don't even know who they are, but it feels weird to like throw them away. It's like, this has been saved. This is if it's like a Tupper. My mom saves Cool Whip containers obsessively. It's like I won't feel bad getting rid of Cool Whip containers because there's plenty
Right.
more Cool Whip containers where that came from. But of course, things like that's like sentimental, rare to your family, one of a kind. You shouldn't get rid of that stuff.
Right.
No.
And there was a lot of that kind of stuff too. Like my mom was definitely not a hoarder, but she was a collector.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like the place is disgusting. There's just a lot of
a
stuff.
lot of stuff. Yeah.
But like I would come across like, she also collected Coca-Cola stuff like I did. She's the one that got me into it. But like she may have found like a particular Coke tin that she liked, and over the years found 20 of those. So those
Sure.
are all in one box. I don't
Yeah.
feel anything for those. Like
Yeah.
those are just like, that was something that brought her joy to search for, but they don't have a ton of sentimental
It
value.
was like mass produced.
Mass produced.
Yeah,
She
not
wasn't
rare.
displaying them,
Yeah.
and like they were just something that she went after.
And it's something like if you really did, we're like, man, I wish I had one of those Coca-Cola medals. Like you could go on eBay and buy one for like $8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I fully support this.
Yeah.
I think the East Coast storage unit for your peace of mind. I mean, not a huge expense, and then you can be not stressed about it. I think it's great.
yeah.
So
Well,
you
I
have my
appreciate
blessing.
that. Thank you. I appreciate that. I also stopped in a Wawa.
Oh, Wawa.
Had an ice-capade at a Wawa. I'd never been to a Wawa.
How do they manage ice-capades in a city less like lawless from Los Angeles? Are they thrown by it?
I think they care less. I think like you go
interesting.
into like a UDF, which is my favorite ice-capade in Cincinnati, Tiny Pellets, and they don't care.
Yeah.
I may hold up and be like, I'm gonna grab some ice, but usually I don't. I just get it, and they don't care. Here they'll be like, that's $1 for ice. Like,
Well, I think they give you the benefit of the doubt that you are a paying customer and like, oh, maybe I just didn't see that he did get a drink. Like here you have to like have your bathroom code, every keys, everything.
Yeah.
Doors locked.
yeah, I
It's
know,
like zombie
insane.
apocalypse
put in,
here,
type,
yeah.
type in a thing. You know where else I went on an ice-capade a couple days ago? First time doing an ice-capade here, and I was gobsmacked
Where?
with the ice. AMC.
You did an ice-capade at a movie theater?
I did. I took my thing in. I had my own drink, but I
What?
needed ice. Filled the thing with ice. The ice at AMC, you know how there's nugget ice?
Yeah.
This was like a half-inch dowel rod that had been sliced in like 3-inch long chunks. It was like this. It was like a Tinker toy.
I think I've seen this ice. It's just kind of reliant on like it to shatter randomly to make cubes, but
No.
it doesn't have a cube.
It's just
It's just
not,
like a stick that
a
will
stick.
lose integrity at certain points and
thick-
then
Yeah.
break into pieces.
Yeah.
You didn't have to buy a ticket to get to the ice?
Yeah, I did. I mean, yeah, I had a ticket to see the movie, but that ticket also came with concessions, and I
Oh,
stood
okay.
in line for concessions, and the line
you
was
go.
so long that I just bounced on the line and just, instead of getting popcorn, got ice.
Oh, I see. This was Stranger Things.
This was Stranger
We'll talk
Things.
about this in
We'll
off-brand.
talk about
sure.
that in off-brand.
We got a lot to talk about.
We have a lot to talk about, but you know what? We have a show, a 7-pager.
Oh, boy.
We had a little more banter than normal.
That's
but
all right.
I knew people were just going to love that there's a second unit. How could
Well,
they
and
not?
the people who live on that side of the country, they'll feel good just knowing they're closer to your unit.
Oh, that's
Don't you
true.
think?
That is true.
Like, oh, I'm only like 200 miles from John's East Coast unit.
It is funny because my mom, I mean, I didn't my stuff wasn't in her way, but after I ended up collecting it all, I did have a good amount of stuff at my mom's house.
Really?
And there were moments over the years where she'd be like, why is your stuff still here? You got to get it out of here, blah, blah, blah. And I was like,
Yeah.
I know, and I never did. And then I was like, God, if I had to store this, how much it would cost? Like, if I had to pay for that, it would have been like the price of I could have bought a home probably
Sure,
over
yeah.
the 25 years that my stuff has been at my
That's
mom's
so
house.
funny.
It was crazy. All right. Planet Fitness. I've been doing that all week when I've been
That's
researching
funny.
this. So, Planet Fitness. Wait, did I ask you if you have any resolutions?
I'd like to learn how to make fire.
Like with a flint?
Yeah, like on Survivor.
In case you end up on Survivor. Are
Yeah.
you going to audition for Survivor?
No, it seems absolutely horrible.
You know
But
what?
I think it'd be cool to make fire.
You know what I think I have in my archive?
What?
A season 1 or season 2 Survivor application.
Whoa, that's fun.
Yeah, that I printed off the internet.
Oh, that's cool.
It'd be fun to see how much the rules have changed. I'm sure it's gotten a lot more strict.
Well, and I've talked to my friend who's a Survivor head, and now they cast like super fans, whereas they used to like find people like in the mall
Right.
who didn't watch the show.
Right.
So now it's a different. I mean,
I'm
Survivor.
sure.
That's a whole thing.
All right,
Survivor
so resolutions, that's what we're going to talk about for a minute. There's, a lot of people make resolutions. I have a ton of stats that are going to come up here in a second. When did resolutions start?
Great question.
About 4,000 years ago.
Oh.
Quite possibly, they think they started with the Akitu New Year's Festival in Mesopotamia. The Babylonians made the first New Year's resolutions, but it wasn't for the 1st of January. It was for mid-March when they celebrated like the spring harvest of
interesting.
barley. Yeah,
Interesting.
so it was for a different thing, a 12-day festival that they had, and they apparently made resolutions
I
for
do
that.
think it's really, I mean, I've mentioned at length my issues with the calendar, but the fact that like the new year starts like at the beginning of winter, when it's like you're supposed to like burst into this new year with all this intention and motivation, and it's like cold and rainy and like you're tired from Christmas. It's like spring is really New Year.
But you know that January, it's not cold everywhere.
It's not,
No.
but most places.
Hawaii, it's not cold.
Sure. In Hawaii, you can start your New Year's resolutions. Most places, it's much colder than here.
But like, when is Australia's New Year? Is that in the winter?
It's the same time it's still January 1st.
But isn't it summer there in January?
Yeah.
So it's warm.
Sure. I'm talking about America.
Okay.
We have a different calendar for each state.
There we go. All right. So 30 to 40% of Americans probably have already made resolutions for 2026.
Mm-hmm.
Americans under 45 are twice as likely to make resolutions than those that are over 45.
Oh, interesting. That's funny. That's what you're saying about just giving up.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
you just start to, it's not, I don't look at it as giving up. I think you just like, you become less vain and less like self-important as you get older. Like for me, like mine was always weight. Like I fluctuated with weight my whole life. Casey Vanderham in 5th grade told me I was fat, and that gave me a complex. And then I saw him in college, and he was fat, and it made me happy. Or maybe he wasn't fat, but he seemed a little pudgy. But then I saw pictures of me in 5th grade, and I was like a cute little kid who wasn't fat. Anyway, I struggle with it always. And like it used to be, like before I would go home for Christmas, like in August, I'd be like, okay, I have 4 months to lose weight before I go home. Like it was
Yeah.
just always something that I worried about. And I
Yeah.
just don't really have that anymore. I
Yeah.
kind of am what I am. I do the best that I don't know that I do the best that I can, but I do. I don't know the right way to say that.
You do.
I survive.
It does feel like the optimism of like a New Year's resolution is kind of a young person's thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Like,
agree with
would. Yeah. We know better to know that you're just who you are.
Well,
You're
it's
not
also
gonna
like
change.
if anyone's like, I'll start my diet on Monday. Like it doesn't really work like
It
that.
doesn't work like
It's
that.
like when I quit smoking, I didn't know that I was quitting smoking. I just happened to like have to go into the hospital
Thank
for 4
God
days.
for that, or else you would still be a smoker now. Probably.
I'd be like, I have to take a quick break to
you'd be
smoke.
smoking on pod.
That would be kind of hot. All right. So the top 3 resolutions are health related. A Swiss study found that 70% of all resolutions are related to physical health. 50% aim to build muscle or strength. 44% want to establish regular exercise routines. 42% seek to improve mental health through physical activity. Everyone's trying to find ways to be better. We all get this motivation at the beginning of the year.
For sure.
Some other health-based goals: eating healthier, 22% of the people do. Improving physical health, 21%. And losing weight, 17%. fun side story on this. I used to work for Richard Simmons. He had a television show where he would make people's dreams come true. And my job was to pitch dreams that people wanted to have come true. Have I talked about this on pod?
We've mentioned him before, but I don't remember if it was a specific story.
So the interesting thing about that was we learned while doing that show that everybody had the same 17 dreams. Lose weight, honeymoon, new house, meet Britney Spears, meet NSYNC. Everyone had those same 17.
Crazy.
So I had to go through, and people could send mail with their dreams, voicemails, packages. They could apply in many different ways. I had to go through those, and I could only pitch dreams that were not one of those 17.
Wow.
So anyone that was like, I want to lose weight, just got pushed to the side because we didn't care.
You have to have a really weird dream.
Yeah, but it's such a common thing is why I bring that up. So many people want to do that.
I want to ride a camel.
It was things like that. It was like one of the best ones. Like, I want to be reunited with my friend that moved to Australia, and we made that. It was like one of those moments where we had
That's
people
cute.
hiding in different rooms and then got them all to like reunite. But we
That's
got made
fun.
fun of on Mad TV because a lot of our dreams, like what we would give people was kind of like a want version of what they wanted. So on Mad TV, they made fun of us that someone needed like a new eye, and they had Richard Simmons just give them an eye patch with an eye painted on it.
That's fun.
They're like, that's how they are. That made us feel bad.
Oh, shoot.
No. So a lot of the reason people have these goals, and the goals are getting more specific now, is that people have a greater understanding of like the holistic endeavor, like the benefits that physical exercise have on like mental health and
Sure.
your overall well-being.
Anytime I think about exercising, and maybe this is just getting older too, it's never about like, I want to look better in a bathing suit.
Yeah.
It's always
Because you couldn't.
because I couldn't.
You couldn't,
Just already
honey.
a perfect 10. That's what you meant, right?
Yeah.
Which it definitely was, used to be like exercise to like, you're watching the treadmill that's like telling you how many calories you burned. You're like, felt like you've been running forever. And then it's like, you've burned 45 calories, the equivalent of like 3 Skittles. Like, how is this possible?
I hated that. I hated that meter.
Hated that.
It was always like a small bag of chips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anytime I was exercising and I was watching that, or like at the gym, really trying to like focus on like the weight loss aspect of it, it was always like, can I just not eat? Like while I'm exercising, I'm like, I just won't eat. And then I'd be like eating, and then I'd be like, I'll just exercise. It was always like, I'll just do the thing that I wasn't doing at the moment.
I know.
Now, I mean, I went to the doctor to get this was years ago, like more anxiety medicine or something. And she was like, there's studies that like 30 minutes of cardio is the same as like taking anxiety medicine. That like, that's all it takes. Like you will get the same benefits mental health wise from exercising for 30 minutes. And I'm like, but I'm already feeling bad.
Yeah.
It's hard to drag yourself out of a pit to do something like exercise.
I know. But then when you did it, it did have such an
feel
incredible,
good.
like, it's like anything. It's like, I don't want to, you joke a lot about how I'm like, oh, do we really want to go do that? I'm always happy I
Sure.
did it. You always feel better when you do the thing that I can't honestly think of a time where I worked out or went to a party or something and was like, God, I hate that I did that.
You never regret it. And that's like, and I have this mental pattern where if I exercise one time, I'm like, this is me now. I get up at 6 a.m.
100.
I exercise every day.
Jog
and I
club.
feel amazing. Jog club. Because you do feel better. So yeah, that's interesting that it's kind of shifting away from just like lose inches by summer to like, yeah, you will feel better in your brain.
Yeah.
Your brain will feel better. You won't have pain. Now we're getting to an age where it's like you could hurt yourself rolling over in bed. It's like, well, maybe stretch once in a while.
Yeah.
Touch your toes once a week.
I like that over
Sure.
the years, they're like, okay, all you have to do is walk 30 minutes a day. And I feel like now I'll say things like, if you walk to the mailbox, it'll have they keep trying to make it easier easier and easier. It went from like 10,000 steps to like, just give me 5 minutes.
Give me 5 minutes.
And that'll save your life.
That is so funny. So true.
I used to smoke. I was a heavy smoker, and I would smoke on the way to the gym, and as soon as I walked out, I would light up a cigarette.
Crazy.
But I didn't really think about it as crazy at the time.
Yeah, it was
All
a
right,
different time.
Everyone has these goals. Everyone wants to feel better. Everyone wants to get moving. Where are they going to do it? They got to join a gym, a studio, a health club, something. 88% consider access to fitness facilities to be an important factor to achieve these goals.
Yes.
58% plan to maintain an existing membership they already have. 2%, you and me, have a decades-old membership that we're not sure that we have. And then 23% aim to join a new fitness facility. Those are the things that they have to do to make it happen. And then as much as they want to do it, then you've got all the statistics on why they feel like maybe they can't. 40% think it's going to be too hard to stay motivated. 40% think they have too many time constraints. I've got kids, job. When am I going to have time to work out? 38% just the cost of the gym membership. So there's a lot of like, I want to do this.
Sure.
But I would have to do this to do that, and this is why I can't do that. So we've all heard the jokes, New Year's resolutions. Nobody sticks to them. What are the actual stats on this? I found this UK publication where this guy took all the data he could find, most of it coming from the US, and compiled it all together to kind of see where we're really at with who does these resolutions. 23% of the people who have resolutions quit within the first week.
Wow.
The second Friday in January, which is tomorrow, is now known as Quitter's Day.
The second
The
Friday.
second Friday
Wow.
from New Year's
I
is
mean, you
Quitter's
can't even
Day.
make it a month.
That's when most people will just abandon their goals.
That's sad.
64% quit by the end of the first month and 81% before the end of the second year. Now, the second year, that's like they've made it a long time. But when it's all said and done, only 9% of people successfully keep their New Year's resolution.
Wow.
Like long-term, full-time.
Wow.
So that's what we're going into this
Me
with.
making a permanent lifestyle change, yeah, that is
It's
a
big,
tall
yeah,
order.
Not easy. 9%.
I learn how to make fire and then I forget it by next December
Where are you going to make this fire?
in the yard.
Just everywhere you go, you're. Oh, Mar was here. There's always just a little
A
fire.
little pile of like those like hair. What is it, like wood hair?
Your first, your first medium is hair. You're not going to get leaves or twigs. You're like, where am I going to get? I need a handful of hair.
I need an old hairbrush. Stat.
and
I'm getting chilly.
a Bic lighter. God, hair smells bad. Try to start with something else.
Okay, I'll work on it.
Okay, so let's get into it. Let's meet Michael and Marc Grondahl. Now, these are two brothers. They grow up in Connecticut, come from a family of entrepreneurs, went to Plainfield High School. Michael has a passion for racing dirt bikes and motorcycles. He graduates in 81. Marc is a jock. He loves football and baseball, graduates in 84. They both love lifting weights. That's so early 80s to have these two, like, I assume, mustached brothers wearing
sure.
tanks, lifting
Tiny
weights.
shorts.
Tiny silky shorts.
Hairy thighs.
Oh, hairy everything. Just like a pelt of hair, kind of a little stank, but and they're real glossy. So they have a weight room in their basement, and they go down there to get pumped. They graduate and get jobs in the real world. They didn't love it. They didn't like having a normal job. They had grown up. Their dad was an entrepreneur. He had his own business their whole lives. Their mom ran her own business, which was also a fitness club, which I'll get to in a second. I have a little bit of confusion in this part of their lives just because I was getting different information from different sources.
Okay.
But their mom also had a fitness center from what I could tell. So they decided, let's go into business together. They loved lifting weights, so like maybe that's something, we could do something with that. They look around, then they find a struggling Gold's Gym, and they're like, hello, we're pumped, let's do that. Let's see if we can salvage this gym. So they purchased that. And they're really excited about like having this new endeavor. Michael's so excited. He's like, you know what? He has like this whole goal. He's like, my goal is going to be to own 100 gyms.
Wow.
And
He ain't dreaming of a duplex.
he doesn't have
He's
two
dreaming
units.
big.
Spending all of his money on units. He's like, I'm going to have a weightlifting empire.
Wow.
So they buy this Gold Gym in 1992. And just to give you a little context of what's going in 1992, we had the riots. LA had a lot going on in 1992. We had the Rodney King riots in April of 92. In June of 92, we had two of the strongest earthquakes to ever hit California strike the desert area east of LA. October 1992, we have the infamous and iconic Sinead O'Connor ripping up the picture of the Pope.
Wow.
And then in December of 92, first SMS text message sent.
Really?
1992, from a 22-year-old engineer texted Merry Christmas to his colleague from his computer to their phone.
Wow. I was thinking it was going to be you to someone on Craigslist.
How hung?
How hung? Is that your opening line? How hung?
Always. How hung?
Merch.
All right, so now the paid gym membership scene in 1992 is not what we're thinking now. There's no people like us that have like a $8 membership that they're just keeping because it's so cheap. Why not?
No one's filling up a Ziploc bag of Keels.
Nobody's
at Equinox.
a scene from Broad City, one of my favorites. No one's stealing the products at their gym. It was more of a niche, like luxury thing to have a gym membership. They had high cost. The average person was more likely to work out at home with like exercise tapes. We're coming off like
exercise tapes. Yes.
Yeah, we're coming off literally Richard Simmons, who I worked for, had all his exercise tapes. Jazzercise. You had the Thigh Master with what's her name?
Jane Fonda?
No. Well, yes. Yeah, that was
Sweating to the Oldies.
Who was what did
that was Richard Simmons.
The chick from Three's Company do?
Oh, Suzanne Summers. Actually, she might have been Thigh Master.
She Thigh Master?
I think Jane Fonda was just did her own
Jane
thing.
Fonda was the Jane Fonda workout or something.
8-minute abs.
Yeah, which she apparently did not want to do, and I think that's what the bulk of her fortune came from.
Really?
She's like, well, she was like an activist and a movie actress.
Sure.
And like, make
Take
this
your
little
cash. Give it to the whales.
Give it to the whales. What are you, James Cameron? I love that. So it was a lot of like, you also had like Norditrack. You had a lot of these like as seen on TV things. Like, you get this one thing, it slides under your bed and you can have the abs. You can balance this and roll on that and tuck this and tip that.
A big selling point was how it could be folded and hidden under your bed for eternity.
I probably still have all of them under my bed.
Ab rocker.
The ab rocker, yep. All the things. It was like the kitchen gadgets for your body.
Totally.
Just a bunch of plastic that you
very
didn't
of
need.
the time and very infomercial.
Very infomercial. So at this time you've got Gold's Gym and World's Gym, and it's kind of like an intense atmosphere. The focus is definitely on like muscle size and like getting big and having defined
like
bodies.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, you had like a more like dedicated clientele, a lot of free weights, a lot of sweat, a lot of grunting, just like machismo.
Yeah.
That's what gyms were
It's like the bodybuilder kind of environment.
Exactly.
Sure.
And then you also had, at this time, the emergence of luxury clubs. And this is like when Equinox hit the scene in 91. So like only a year earlier. So you start to see like the opposite. Like, I'm not the bodybuilder, but I'm rich and I need a place for me as well.
And I want to like sit in a sauna.
Yeah, I want to have classes. I want to have a juice bar.
Yes.
I want to have a coffee. It's a status symbol gym. So you had like the basic hardcore workout and then the status symbol. And our knowledge of fitness was like from posters and like we didn't have the internet. So we're not looking up like, you're either watching videos. You didn't have YouTube. For me, it was posters. Like you would have a poster of like all the different ways you can use a barbell.
Yeah.
Like this is how you work this muscle. This is how you do that.
Order a poster from the back of a magazine, hang it on your wall, and then learn how to do your things.
Or learn how to do your curls. Speaking of order a poster.
Yeah.
Did I talk about it on brand or off brand? How I got the Home Alone poster?
Yes, you got the Home Alone poster. Yeah.
I got a bill yesterday from UPS for $3 more. Is that a tariff? Is that what a tariff is?
I don't think you're allowed to send a bill after the thing has been delivered.
I don't either.
I think it's like it's done. The transaction's complete.
It came from Canada.
Should have charged more. Sorry, too late.
Isn't that why they used to have like COD?
Well, yeah, that's like if you have to pay cash on delivery, but this isn't that. That's like a bill from the mail from the mail.
UPS is just like, by the way, we covered you for $3. Can you give us $3? It makes me insane.
You need to write a check for $3 and give it to your mail carrier.
I have to go get a money order for $3 and give it to my postal carrier?
No, we're not doing that.
So the gym was really more of a place where the fit get fitter, not a place where the fat get fit.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, so the boys are filled with hopes and dreams of their new business. Is it an instant success? No. I mean, they bought a struggling gym and they didn't do a lot to change that. So it had like the things, it had a poor location. It didn't have parking. It was in a small neighborhood. So everyone that's going to go to a gym was already at the gym they were going to go to. So they're not really in a position to like lure new people in.
It was struggling for a reason.
Struggling for a reason. I'm always confused when a struggling business closed and the same type of business moves in. They're like, you don't know how to make sandwiches. Watch me. And then they're closed like 6 months later. So within a year, they close this down. It just doesn't work out for them. Then they end up opening another fitness place. They call this one Coastal Fitness. And it's here that they hire a guy named Chris Rondeau, Rondeau. That's French. Rondeau. We'll just-
Rondeau, Homer's
Ron
friend.
Dip. And then he just leaves. Like, Ron, wait, Ron. His name's not even Ron. It's Chris.
Ron.
Ron. How do we get to Ron? We're just going to call him Chris.
Okay.
So they hire him for the front desk. Oh, and not hot. So by the way, none of these guys are hot. And I got to say,
Really?
I get confused sometimes between muscular and fat. These are the kind of guys.
mean?
Maybe I saw them later in life. I didn't see them when they're in their like late teens, 20s.
Okay.
Maybe they were like how I was describing them a minute ago.
Yeah.
30s, 40s, 50s, they're just like thick, kind of fat guys.
So I know what you mean. It's a fine line, guys who work out a lot and work out certain muscles where they just have like a big, hard pink belly.
Yeah, big, hard pink belly that they're happy to show, but I'm like, let's shirt that. Let's shirt that merch. So yeah, none of them are hot. And what's cool about Chris is he comes from a similarly cut cloth.
Okay.
He learned about being an entrepreneur from his father. His dad dropped out of high school and then went on to open and operate several pharmacies in Massachusetts. Chris ends up getting a job with his dad's pharmacies when he's like 16. He does that for 3 years, but then the boys offer him this job. And he's like, Dad, I think I actually want to bolt from pharmacies and work at this gym. And so he goes and does that. He's so inspired by what these three guys start to talk about and what they want to do that he leaves college. He drops out of
Wow.
college and he's like, I'm all in on Coastal Fitness.
How do mommy and daddy feel about that?
I
Footing
didn't-
the bill.
I didn't find out how they felt about it. I did place a call, but by the time we recorded, they had not reached back out.
Yellowpages.com.
God, I forgot. I used to get a phone book at my house, and I was in it. And what was fun is I was on the same page as God. Someone in Hollywood had legally changed their name to God.
Are you kidding?
And Glover and God were on the same page.
These are like the people you see in LA who like decorate their car with like hire me to direct your movie and like there's just like so many nuts in this town. Yes,
There's
that
a lot
doesn't
of nuts
surprise
in this
me.
town, and I love them. I love LA. I really do.
It's a special place.
It's a special place. All right, so these three guys, they start brainstorming and talking about the business. They're looking at the competition, figuring out how they want to run this gym. Like, is there anything that we could do differently? And that's when they see this opportunity and this group of people that have not really been addressed in the gym community.
Interesting.
And what dawns on them are all the things that I just said. It's like, a place where fit people get more fit. It's people that are into it already. They know all about it. But what about all the people that make New Year's resolutions about getting fit? What about all the people that have never been in a gym before? What about the little pipsqueaks in high school that Billy Blaine, who was like a nerdy little kid that we used to pounce, maybe he wants to come to the gym, but he's scared because we're here.
It's quite intimidating.
It's quite intimidating.
For
So they're
sure.
like, maybe this is their aha moment. There's a lot of money being left on the gym mat by only servicing to people.
I like what you did there.
Thank you. That only servicing to people that already know about gyms.
Yes.
Seems obvious now, wasn't obvious back at the time. The question is, how do we get those people into a gym? You would think that they could probably figure that out, 2 months? 6 months?
Yeah.
2 years?
Okay.
4 years?
Okay.
6 years? Double that? Take 1 year away? 11 years it takes them to come up with how to run this business.
This is very KFC, how to get cooking a chicken breast in under 9 minutes.
This is very guess the price of a Swarovski elf on the shelf.
Quite shocking. Quite shocking.
Yeah, it takes 11 years to really figure out what they want to do. Because basically what they're trying to do is be an industry disruptor.
Yes.
They're trying to go against the grain of what everybody else is. How could I have said that? They're trying to go against the treadmill. They're trying to race the opposite way on the racetrack. That works.
That works.
You know what I'm trying to say.
Sit on the rowing machine backwards.
Yeah. They're trying to donkey punch their way into an industry that's already kind of set in its way.
I'm sure they say that about every industry. Oh, Gym industry is famously very hard to break into. They say that about everything.
They say that
the
about
beverage industry,
a
cereal
shelf
industry.
space in a grocery store.
Exactly.
Do you know how hard it is to get shelf space in the grocery store? Yeah, Mr. Wonderful, I do. You've told me every week for 15 years. So obviously, instead of aiming it at fitness buffs, they really want to go after these first-time gym goers. So here's what they're going to do. Here's what they're offering when it's all said and done. 1, price. They experimented with a bunch of different prices over this time.
Okay.
Is it going to be $100 a year? Is it going to be $35 a month? Do we have an annual membership, a monthly fee? What are we going to do? It ends up settling around $10 a month. There's a weird $1 thing that you pay. And then annually, you also pay like one time a year, pay like $20. But it hit around $10 a year.
Interesting. Okay.
And they had 2 different tiers. Basically, you had $10 a month get you your gym. $20 a month get you any of their gyms, plus free access to a couple of the amenities they have, which were tanning and massage chairs.
Wow.
Which I think you had to pay for if you had that $10 tier. You got them free with the $20
Unlimited
tier.
massage chairs.
Yeah.
Wow.
They're not going to have juice bars. They're not going to have daycare. They're not going to have heavy free weights. That's a big one for a gym, to not have
They
free
don't
weights.
have free weights.
Number 3, what they're, I believe, most iconically known for, and this is kind of what they center the whole business around, and I teased it in the open, they declare themselves a judgment-free zone. That is what is plastered on the wall. Oh, and they have another term that they use, which drives me crazy.
What?
So it's a judgment-free zone.
Great.
And there is no gym-timidation.
Gym-timidation.
Why would they not say there's no intimidation?
That's a really good point, because it's not intimidation.
Right.
The M already exists in the middle of the word.
You're not going to be in gym, however you say it. But
I also have a huge issue with that.
I was like, you're so close.
You're so close.
Yesterday, I was like, should I call them this week?
Gym-timidation. No. Intimidation.
Intimidation. There's no intimidation here, guys.
No
gym
is already
intimidation.
there. It's a cleaner rhyme. It's objectively a cleaner rhyme.
It just works. Either way, I do think this is kind of brilliant. At first, okay, here's where I'm going. Here's my thought on this.
Okay.
At first, I was like, that is brilliant branding. No judgment zone. Even if you don't feel like you're worried about being judged in a gym, maybe it's a subconscious thing that I worry about that. But then I pulled back and I started to think about it. I was like, of course it's a judgment-free zone. Like, I've never gone into a gym and was like worried that someone's gonna be like, what are you doing in here, fat ass? Like, who's intimidating me at this gym?
I felt intimidated at gyms before.
Have you?
Yeah, because especially like around the equipment, if you don't know how to use it, and there's a lot of people that are very comfortable, and like you feel like, I'm taking too long, I'm figuring it out, it's not intuitive, do I ask for help?
Yeah.
Abductor.
Abducted?
Snuctor.
Sir, am I going to get abducted if I use this?
Things like even like mirrors on the like mirrors everywhere. It's like I might not want to be looking myself in the eye as I run on a treadmill.
Fair.
Things like that. Yeah,
I think that's actually more of what they mean than
Sure.
how I was picturing it. What they said.
Like about being like pelted with rocks.
Yeah. Get out of here, pipsqueak. It's not direct bullying that they're talking about.
I should hope not.
Which I was like, is that what you're saying with that? But no, it's like they want members to feel relaxed and know that they can get in shape and have fun without being subjected to hardcore look at me attitudes in the gym.
Yeah.
They don't want people flexing. It is a no grunt zone. You're not allowed to like, ugh!
What? You're not allowed to grunt?
You're not allowed to grunt.
What if you need to grunt? What if it helps?
An alarm goes off.
You're kidding.
The lunk alarm goes off.
Who is manning this?
It's manually controlled by someone who's looking out across the thing. So if there's like a jock in there that's like, ugh, an alarm goes off. And they're not like, sir in the white, but you know it's you. And then you're just like, I'll pull it back,
Lunk?
bro. Lunk. What's a lunk?
Detected. Lunk detected.
Alert. Lunk alert. What is a lunk? Okay, so this is my other thing with this.
Lunk feels like a term from like Peanuts. Like
100%. You lunk. Get out of here, you lunk. Here's my other thing with this. So And I'm jumping ahead a little bit, but it's fine because it goes here. With their marketing,
Sure.
they had a lot of very popular commercials and ads
Okay.
openly making fun of weightlifters and muscular guys. There was like one where like it's a really muscular guy and someone's talking to him like, so what do you do? And he's like, I pick things up and put them down.
Oh, like he's dumb because
Yeah.
he exercises.
There's one that didn't know how to
muscular.
tie his shoe. He's like, bow under the bow. Like there, like it was kind of like
This is very judge not lest ye be judged.
exactly.
You know what? This is. You know what I hate? A mean nerd. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Where it's like nerds have people been mean to them, so their response is to be mean back. It's like you're just creating the same problem to the other guy.
Yeah.
They can't help it that they're dopes.
I think most mean nerds become villains.
Yes, totally.
Every mean nerd has become a super villain.
Quite. I mean, everybody like that works at Meta is like a mean nerd.
You know what else you're not allowed to? Well, first, they don't have a bunch, and this is all from when they're opening. We'll get
Okay.
to more modern day
Yeah.
stuff, but like they did not have like a heavy free weights like I mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
You could get buzzed if your water bottle was too big. Like if you have like one of those gallon bottles of water, people are like, okay, I don't drink that much water. They hit the alarm. Like,
you can just buzz somebody else if you find them annoying. Those shorts are too short.
shorts are too short.
Your muscles are too big now. You need to go to the other gym.
Looking at yourself in the mirror for too long.
Oh my
Lunk,
gosh.
lunk.
But that's still like being really like aware of other people and judging everybody and like just focus on yourself.
Well, I think they want to make that easier. I think the thought.
I've never been distracted by someone's water bottle.
I've never been distracted, but I do get distracted by people easily. I look
Yeah.
at people with such disdain, and I'm trying to be better about that and be like, John, and then I talk to them and I'm like, oh, you're so nice. Like, I just like,
Oh yeah, your enemies at the concert.
Yeah,
you
that
photobomb
happens.
them.
Yeah, it
that happens a
happens.
lot.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm trying to get better about that. But I say that because there are people like me who are distracted by that. And I think they're just trying to
Sure.
remove that distraction.
Sure.
But I do think it feels a little double standard.
Yeah, quite judgy.
Now, just to like finish off that part of the story, where we are today with the lunk alarm, some gyms are being remodeled. They're not putting the lunk alarm back in. Some people say they've never heard their alarm go off. Some people have kept them, but they only use them to let you know the gym is closing. It really varies greatly and dependent on the individual gym.
Okay.
But I think it had its moment at the time where it was kind of like
Sure.
supposed to be probably a little tongue in cheek.
We had to stick it to these hunks, put them in their place.
Yeah, we got it. These hunky lunkies.
Hunky lunkies.
So yeah, so it's all.
Okay.
I think everything that we talk about, it's a little different today.
I would think, yeah.
Because this is like early 2000s, 2002, late 90s, 2002 is when all this is getting going. Okay, so just a little more about like what they created back in the day. You have signs all around that it's a judgment-free zone. You have signs on your gym equipment that say you belong. Like it's all about like you made it here.
Sure.
Let's go. They say that it was a gym for people that hated exercising, which I totally get because a
Yeah.
lot of people really have to drag themselves to get there. So you get there and then you look down, you're like, you belong. You're like, okay. And then you're like, I'm in it. So you just really want to make people feel good about that. More than half of their members were first-time gym goers.
Wow.
And they focused mostly on cardio equipment instead of like heavy lifting. It was all of some strength machines, but a lot of treadmills, ellipticals, bikes, and they would have a lot of each machine. So it wasn't a lot of like having to wait around for something.
Yeah,
like
that is intimidating.
because that's another thing. If you go there and you're like, I have to wait until you're only supposed to use it for 15 minutes. They've been on there for 30. I'm just standing here.
Eating
like
candy.
eating a hot dog. Yeah, you gotta like. Ugh. I mentioned they had tanning booths and massage chairs, a lot of televisions. You could hook your headphones into your machine and pick the television you wanted to hear.
Oh, that's cool.
Which was fun. There was free trainers there that you could ask questions to and they could
Awesome.
like help you out. They really wanted, and it was open 24 hours, so there's no excuse about when you're going to go.
Wow.
There's no contracts, no commitments, no salespeople, no classes. They really did try to just make it like any excuse you're going to put out there. You're like,
Sure.
well, we got a free trainer, or
Sure.
you can go at 7 a.m, or your high school bully won't be there. It was like they tried to take all that away.
Wow.
There was one of the locations had some issues with hot water for a day. So at the end of that day, they brought in a bunch of pizzas to treat everybody. Everyone went crazy for it. That became a monthly thing. So they had a monthly pizza night and a monthly bagel coffee morning. As a little treat, a little reward to reemphasize what we always hear, like, we're not saying you have to take away everything. It's all in moderation. They also had a bowl of Tootsie Rolls at the front desk. That was also just a little like, one, I feel personally, it gets kind of knocked for being the worst candy for a lot of people. So not everyone's going to, if it was a Snickers, they probably have to fill that up every day.
I feel like, too, if you were really like counting your calories, I feel like one Tootsie Roll is probably like 8 calories.
8 calories, yeah.
You burn that walking down the stairs.
Exactly. They should have had that. They should have incorporated that in the counter. Like, you have just burned off your Tootsie Roll. They said they also put those there just to have more engagement. Like, people would go there and then talk to the front desk person. Just
even just like having like a pizza party, or it's like when like an office is trying to encourage like boost morale, like to try to create a feeling of like a community and a social atmosphere.
I live for an office that has Bagel Monday or bagel bagel day. I love it. I worked at a place that had once a week would bake fresh chocolate chip cookies.
Wow.
They had like Otis.
Spudmaker
oven, and like on Thursdays would bake cookies. And my first Thursday there, I was like, I can't wait. And they're like, they announced it or whatever, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go talk to all my coworkers. I go in there's nobody there. It was like they'd all been there so long, no one gave a shit about the cookies anymore. I'm like, okay.
When I worked at E, they did that too. They had like a bagel day and a cookie day.
Yeah.
And it never wore off on me. I was always still so excited.
I'm always like, how many tubs of cream cheese can I get home? Like, immediately hide 2 from the beginning so people don't even know they exist.
Maybe that's why people weren't eating the bagels. There was no cream cheese. Is that possibly why?
I ate all the cookie dough. No cookies. So just to finish up that story, during COVID, pizza night went away because of obviously, and it has not since returned.
That's a bummer.
I do think a lot of these charming things from its early days were in the moment where it's all kind of being rethought or phased out. So those are all the things they put into place with the idea of letting someone who felt like they were not fit enough for an upscale gym to go and work out. And it turns out there was a lot of those people because it was pretty successful right from the get-go. Everybody wanted to go to Coastal Fitness. And then they were like, we want to grow. Like, Mike had this dream of having 100 gyms. They're not all going to be on the coast. Like, maybe we should rethink a different name.
Let's think. America Fitness.
Well, what if we end up going to like the UK?
International Fitness.
I like that. Okay, dumb question, but just putting it out there. Do you ever think we'll go to Mars or Uranus?
I feel confident we'll stay on Earth.
Okay, so just on this planet. Ding, ding, ding. Google it.
Lunk alert. Lunk alert.
Planet Lunk? No. Lunk Planet? No. Planet Fitness.
Wow.
It was already taken, but they ended up buying her license. I didn't even think that was funny until you laughed
That's
at
funny.
it.
Somebody had it first. Like, you mean like the thing that already exists?
Gary in Florida? Yeah, he has Planet Fitness. He named it after his daughter's science project, which is true. But they ended up buying it or licensing it. I couldn't figure out. It said different things and different things. Whatever. They have it now. So it goes from Coastal Fitness to Planet Fitness. Now, at this time, they've only got 3 gyms. They were popular very quickly. They're ready to grow. And the way they decide to do that, we've seen it with a handful of the places we've done shows on, is franchising. Franchising. And they're in a really good position to make that happen because all of our boys had run the gym. They knew how the gym worked. They knew what it took to staff them. They knew what it took to create. I mean, they took 11 years. If they don't know it, good Lord, who's going to?
True.
They know it inside and out. So they're able to put together a franchising packet. And they were one of those people that seems, I'm sure everyone says it, that seem to really want to partner with their franchisees and not just like, give us your money and go deal with it. They really wanted to have them be part of it, like meet with them if they have ideas that maybe they hadn't thought about, maybe implement them and yada, yada, yada.
Interesting.
So it seemed like a good way for them to grow.
We should franchise our pod.
I love that.
That could be like somebody in Tennessee being like, welcome to On Brand with Gary and Tina.
Welcome to Nashville's On Brand. Today we're talking about Nashville chicken. I love that. Who? Wait, who are they? Gary and Elizabeth? Get them in here. So, as we know, with any industry disruptor. They enter this space. All the other big gyms are like, this isn't going to work. What, are you going to have a bunch of fatties at your gym? Good luck, Mike. Good luck, Mark. Hey, Chris. Or is it Ron? I forget. It's Chris. So everyone's like, this is probably not the right path. Of course, they proved them wrong.
Of course.
By 2009, they're up to 280 locations
Wow.
in 32 different states. One of the things they did with franchising was like, is this going to work? Like, you can start a franchise and you pay like construction costs and you build this gym. What they learned is places they would go to that they thought that, you know, they were like kind of like small town boys. So if they're like, is our gym going to work in New York City? And they would find gyms that weren't doing well in New York City and give them the plan of on how to do a Planet Fitness, and they would be successful. So it was like, yeah, it kind of can work anywhere.
That's what we were saying, that like taking an unsuccessful thing and making it successful, but in the same category. I guess if you have a really specific thing you're offering, which it makes sense because as somebody who's subscribed to things, wishful thinking that you're going to be a new person who likes to do XYZ, canceling the membership is like admitting defeat.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So there is this kind of pressure every month. It's like, well, maybe I'll go back. I mean, maybe you don't go to a plan. You're already somebody who's not exercising regularly. So it's not like they can charge really, really a low price because this place is probably not packed. These are people who are dipping in and out of exercise. They're not even convinced if they're going to be an exercising person.
They're like reading the newspaper while they kind of gently pedal.
And maybe they're
pedals.
working out. Maybe they're going the elliptical for 20 minutes. They're not spending 6 hours in the gym.
Yeah.
And they're certainly not canceling a membership because it's like you want to be optimistic that this is your new you.
That's a great
So
point.
psychologically, the never exercisers are, I guess, a good group to exploit.
Well, I will say, in their defense, another thing they did at this time that was great, and I couldn't figure out if they still do it. Once you got in at that price, you were locked in that price for life.
Yeah.
As long as you didn't cancel your membership,
There you go.
You paid $10 forever.
There you go.
That's a pretty solid, like, I can handle $10 to not feel like I've given up on myself.
Sure. And you always think like I've had subscribed like meditation apps in the past, and it's like, oh, I haven't meditated in 6 months, but I've been paying for the app. It's like, okay, I just have to start meditating, and then like all of that will have been worth it. Whereas if I just cancel it, then it's like I threw money down the drain. Like you have to like get back in.
I do not think I used my meditation app last year.
Oh, yeah.
I paid $20 for the year.
Okay, that's not terrible.
And I love the one meditation I do on it enough to refuse to like cancel it. And you just reminded me when I was home at Christmas, I was like, I'm going to do that meditation when I get home, and I forgot. I challenge myself to do that meditation before we record.
You got to get your $20 worth.
Because I love it. I love it. And I'm so bad about doing it. And I only need to find 10 minutes.
I know. It's so hard.
By 2012, 2009, 280 locations, like I said.
Okay.
2012, they opened their 700th location.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
They also, and this was a big boon, even though in hindsight, maybe not the best thing.
What?
Official sponsor for The Biggest Loser.
No.
Not great.
Not
Now,
great.
at the time, we had Allison Sweeney, who we had all seen struggle with weight on Days of Our Lives. She ended up getting very thin and fit. She became the face of that very dangerous show.
Quite controversial.
It was insane. Like, looking back, I think there might be a documentary on it.
There is I started watching it. There's a docu-series about it. It's interesting, it's compelling, but it's also very depressing.
And
they were giving them weight loss drugs. They're giving them like those like speedy kind of like diet pills.
I feel like, which I think Allison Sweeney took once very early on to lose weight. And
Sure.
like, I feel like they were like the contestants were just standing on stage and like they were attached to like a vacuum that was like sucking them out as we watched them. They would go from like Chris Farley to Holly Hunter in like 3 weeks.
And they all gained it back.
Holly Hunter. That's
Holly
my
Hunter,
point of reference
the
for
fittest person you can
fittest
imagine.
person I know.
Most athletic, Holly Hunter.
And then you had that awful, those two, Bob, who was really nice, who
Yeah.
I think ended up having a heart attack.
Bob is not nice.
Oh, he wasn't nice?
I mean, apparently, based on the documentary, people who were on the show.
Oh, I thought...
And Jillian
I thought
also.
Jillian was bad
It
and
was
Bob
maybe
was
like
nice.
a good cop, bad cop, but in actuality, and they had a falling out actually over the documentary because they were kind of accusing each other about like how much did they know about the diet pills. And then Jillian posted like basically like the emails. She posted them on Instagram and it's like they knew about the diet pill. It's all very kind of messy coming out, but
I feel like Jillian also
quite controversial.
I feel like she had kind of like a like political moment too. Like
she lost her mind as well. Yeah, I know. The whole thing is I think Alison Sweeney is happy to put it behind her.
She made a great move becoming the queen of Hallmark Christmas movies, and like she has all those like baking mystery. She's like
she's in the baking mystery sector of Hallmark a lot,
which is great. It's like she has a little bakery, and every episode someone's found dead in the dumpster, and she has to figure out why. I love Alison Sweeney.
This is a dangerous, charming town.
Alison Sweeney's one of the very few people I do not have in my Days of Our Lives autograph book
really
that I really want to get.
Gotta get it.
2013, Mike leaves the company. Chris becomes CEO. 2015, they open their 1,000th store.
Wow, crazy.
August of that year, they go public. 2019, they start the high school summer pass program, which sounds great.
Whoa.
It allows high school teens ages 14 to 19 to work out free at any of their locations all summer long.
That's awesome.
So that they're, during summer, people are lazy and playing video games or whatever. It gives them a space to stay fit and do what they want to do.
Great.
I think that's great. 2020, we have to talk about it with all these newer brands. COVID hits. 22% of the gyms in America closed permanently during COVID.
So sad.
Planet Fitness lost no gyms.
Why did I just get chills?
Because of my delivery.
But like,
no, I know.
It feels like wow.
I know, right?
They did it.
They closed. They had like during that time, there were certain places they were required to close and mandated.
They didn't lose any of their locations.
Not only did they
that's quite moving. Good for them. Wow. Planet Fitness, you did it. Against all odds, you kept all locations running.
Yeah. I think you're going to be okay.
This show's pathetic.
Not only did they not close, something that I think that they did that was fantastic, because, we all lost our minds during the pandemic.
Sure.
We're all looking for outlets. They made the catalog of classes and workouts that they had available on their app for free.
I love that.
For everyone,
Amazing.
Membership or not.
Love that.
They just gave it out to everybody.
Wow.
And most of the people that took advantage of that were people that were not members, who probably then went on, of course, it's a business, went on to have memberships.
Yeah, it cost them nothing to give it to everybody.
Yeah, it's already there.
Yeah.
You mentioned this in the beginning. I had forgotten this. For the last 11 years, Planet Fitness has been a presenting sponsor for the Times Square New Year's Eve celebration.
Hideous.
When I came across that, I then remembered seeing like 4 years ago all this purple and gold on Times Square, and everyone had these they all get these Planet Fitness hats. They have tons of signature there. They give hats to everybody. They do 2 hours before the ball drops. They have their own confetti moment. They have a ton of purple and gold confetti that hits the scene, which, by the way, I saw this again this year. If you haven't watched it, I always forget. And I think we talked about this maybe on your show. You did the ball, didn't you?
Yeah.
All the confetti that you see at Times Square is thrown out by hand.
Oh, yeah.
And there's all these people that are on top of the buildings just throwing it. That might be a bucket list thing I want to do. Just to throw that.
Is it volunteers? I forget.
I forget how you get the gig. You probably got to know somebody. They had a little bit of a hazinga. If we're going to have a hazinga, their New Year's Eve for 2020, the COVID New Year's Eve. So the focus on that was, are there two worse words for New Year's Eve? Virtual participation.
Oh, dear.
Just sitting in your living room, like typing, like, I'm blowing my horn now.
10, enter. 9, enter. 8,
comma,
enter.
oops, backspace, enter.
6, now I'm behind. Oh,
wait, it's already New Year's.
Terrible.
They did have Gloria Gaynor perform her iconic hit, I Will Survive. Of course, we need that. It's COVID.
Live stream.
The theme for that New Year's was getting moving.
Okay.
So to represent that, they had several. And it was unless I change it, it was the freak badge for the Insta Egg yesterday. They had several of those dancing tube people.
Blowing
tube
tubey
people.
guys.
Yeah.
Those are fun.
I mean, they are, but for New Year's, you just have a bunch of Planet Fitness tubes. Only certain people were allowed at Ground Zero, but
Times Square.
at Times Square for it. A lot of them were first responders to deal with, instead of like doing social distancing, like at the time we used to do for like Trader Joe's or grocery stores, there were marks on the ground, like you had to be 10 feet away from people.
Yeah.
Instead of doing that, they made these little squares and put people in them. And people said it basically looked like sad adults in a playpen just standing there.
That's right. They were in little playpens. Oh my God. So dystopian and strange.
It was very dystopian, very depressing, but the whole world was at the time. We were all just trying to figure it out. So
I mean, they could have been in some cool like formation.
But they're wearing like their like inflatable hat, and they had like sparkly mask, and they're just like in this pin, unable to move. A little bit sad.
Oh man.
Okay, so 2024, we're getting up to current day. 2024, they decided to broaden their appeal to include more experienced gym goers by adding some new equipment and amenities to meet the needs of the changing, probably just to get those people that they left behind 20 years ago into the gym.
I mean, lunks have money too. Let them in.
Lunks have money too. Merch for them, not for us, but lunks have money too. They just want to emphasize all levels, all levels.
Everybody's welcome.
Everybody's welcome.
Sure.
I will say, we don't...
Everybody's welcome. I mean...
Hello, sharks.
Come on.
No intimidation. Everybody's welcome. I will say, we don't really get into this stuff. They are also very much of a, you choose the bathroom of the gender that you believe, say... are.
Yes.
So they got my vote.
Sound like a great company.
I know. I didn't really find much about them.
Applying to work there?
Huh?
Okay.
Okay. There's one in Glendale on brand.
I know.
All right. So today, 2026, changes are a coming.
Okay. Whoa.
They're talking about raising their Black Card membership. That's the one that lets you go to any gym. Right now, it's at $24.99.
Still so low.
I know. It's going to go up to $29.99. I literally was like, should I join? I was like Googling, like, does it still lock you in? Like, do I need to get it now so I'm locked in at $24.99? I couldn't tell. But the price is going to go up a little bit. But here's some fun things. They have seen a larger interest in not just cardio and strength training, but recovery. So two of the things, amenities that they're planning to add, one I'm not interested in at all.
Cold plunge.
Dry cold plunge. And then the other one, which my sister is an advocate of, red light therapy.
What's dry cold plunge?
I don't know. They just they open a giant freezer. They push you in.
You stand in the fridge with all the Gatorades?
I thought you were going to say all the gays. I was like, okay.
I'm listening.
And then they were talking about things that I would never even think about, which I just found interesting, so I left them in here. They realized that 80% of their signups are done through online or the app. Mm-hmm. So that in a meeting, on a Friday meeting, they're like, you know what? Hey, Barbara, I don't know if you realize 80% of our memberships are just doing it through the app. So when we build these new stores, we can make a much smaller lobby, and then that'll give us more space for the gym because we don't need the lobby anymore because everyone's just like joining up on their phone.
Oh, they could just like boop a little QR code to get in?
Yeah, why have a big lobby? We don't need
Great.
it. It saves on building costs and gives us more space for the gym.
Love it.
Just a little breakdown between generations. Gen Zers are the fastest growing membership segment.
Wow.
Millennials, the largest proportion of memberships currently.
Okay, that tracks.
And Gen Xers, we're seeing an increase in their penetration of the gym.
Oh, okay, well.
That's because Gen X is like, I'm going to die soon.
They start to get a little panic.
Yeah, they're probably
panic to the grave.
End-of-life panics.
Mm-hmm.
They are the largest gym chain in the world by member count.
Wow.
With more than 20 million members in their 2,741 locations. Mm-hmm. They are in every state and now in 7 countries. They bring in $4.8 billion in system-wide sales last year, a $300 million increase from the year before. They are planning on opening 160 to 170 new clubs this year.
Wow.
So if you do not have a gym membership and that is on your resolution, this may be one that you want to check out.
This is very interesting.
Yeah.
Wow. Who knew? I'm totally like changing I kind of, not to be mean, but I thought they were like
losers,
trashy for some reason.
I don't know what I thought about them. I really don't. I might have been getting them confused with Crunch.
I also might have been conflating a little bit with Crunch, which I don't think Crunch is around anymore.
I don't feel like I came across a Crunch when I was looking, but I think like Crunch had like an orange exploding logo, and they have like a purple like fist coming out logo. Yeah. It's like I feel like maybe they bought the same like used the same designer.
That is really funny. Yeah, I totally am changing how I feel about it.
Yeah, well, good. That's what this show's all about.
I love it.
So there you go. Now that you know all about it. Would you say that Planet Fitness, I'm guessing, is on brand or off brand for you?
It would not have been when we started, and now I'm going to say it is on brand for me.
Oh.
Mission accomplished.
Okay.
And I would not be surprised if some listeners are like, wow, $24.99? Not bad.
I should get in. Can I lock that in?
Can I lock it in?
Hey, Mark, I just want to check. Am I locking in $24.99, or when you guys raise prices, I know it's not official?
Knowing them, it's a lock-in.
It better be a lock-in. I don't know. The boys aren't. I don't think the boys are a part of it. I think it's like new people. That's probably why they're like,
sure,
things are changing. Excuse me. End on a burp. End strong with a burp. I'm going to say it's on brand for me, too. I kind of would have to go see it. One thing that I do think it seems like they have going for them that I'd want to confirm, I have a feeling this is a clean gym. I have a feeling they keep it nice and clean. Yeah. Some of my 24-hour fitnesses were rough.
Really? Like protein bar wrappers on the ground?
And just rundown equipment, like splits, foam coming out, and sweat. And
there has to be, I swear, if I had the time, I would figure out a way to patch, split, like fake leather with foam coming out. Because
that's a Shark Tank.
Because currently it's a full replacement, right? And like that's expensive to throw out an entire machine because like split foam coming out.
Yeah.
We have to have an alternative.
Thank you for kind splits. Can you please hold?
Tired of patching with duct tape only to look janky and frayed.
For couches, press 1. Car upholstery, 2.
Gymnastics pads, press 3. Gym equipment, press 4.
If you're a lunk, hang up.
And go to hell.
All right. Well, there you go. There's our latest brand. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. I bet some of our listeners are going to sign up now. I'm serious. Let us know if you will. That's
This
awesome.
is why we need an affiliate link. I need like $2 of that 24 every month.
We should.
All right. Well, there you go. Before we go, of course, let's find out who our first little batch of Freaks of the Week are for 2026.
Ooh.
So this is for the Energizer Insta Egg. It was a very cute little Christmas scene under the tree. There was a pink bunny. There were blue flip-flops. There were black sunglasses. There was a sign on the wall that said, "In this house, love keeps going and going and going." There were so many clues.
That's cute.
A bunch of people got it right, and these are the people that made it onto the wheel and who won Freak of the Week. We have Jacob Kornowski. We have Corey Hatton, longtime listener Corey Hatton, married to Ruby Hatton. We saved their marriage at the beginning of the pod. Now we never make that joke anymore. Hopefully they're still going strong. We have Goldie Glitter. We have Paul Verizer. And we have Vivian Chen Photography. So congratulations, guys. I appreciate you playing the egg. If you don't already play it, every Wednesday on our Instagram story, I post a little puzzle if you solve it. And let me know what our brand is going to be that week. I'll add your name to the Wheel of Freaks, and you will have a chance to be our Freak of the Week also. And then just look around our Instagram. We put supplemental material. I'm going to put pictures of these boys, and you're going to see how you can decide if they're fat or fit. I can't tell. You can decide if they're hot or not. I don't think they are, but just check it out. We got a lot of fun stuff online.
While we're giving shout outs, I'd like to shout out a lovely listener who left us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. We have Caitlin from Seattle. She says, "Okay, I came here from Doughboys. It was my comfort show, and that, to be honest with you, as I neared the end of the archives, I truly feared never would be replaced. One day, a woman named Marissa and a man named Jon appeared as guests, and I laughed and laughed. Okay, not really, but I hard snorted, which for a podcast I listen to alone is the same as laughing out loud. I heard they had a podcast, and honestly, out of desperation, I gave it a listen. So I wonder how many people came to us out of desperation.
That's what we don't care how you get there, as long as you get there.
I gave it a listen. Now here I am to report 5 out of 5 stars and forks for Good Ear Eats, and a new loyal listener. I'll surely crack and be on the Patreon any day now. This was in October, so maybe she's here now. Thank you to Jon and Marisa, and honestly, the third MVP of the pod, which is Jon's undiagnosed shopping addiction.
What?
Cheers. She's going to love hearing about the East Coast unit.
Oh, my God.
Thank you, Caitlin. If you haven't left us a review on Apple Podcasts, please do. It boosts the show. It boosts morale. It boosts Jon up as he lays in bed in jeans. Check us out on Instagram at OnBrandThePod, on TikTok at OnBrandThePodcast. See supplemental images to support the show. Chat with Jon and plays Insta game every
And
Wednesday.
Check out our YouTube. I know I did a hard push pre-holiday to get 500 people. We're now at over 600. I've been told we actually need 1,000. I'm not going to do this every week, but it's free to subscribe, so please subscribe to our YouTube.
If somehow you didn't know, every episode is also available as a video, so you can watch us instead of listening if you're into that kind of thing, you sicko.
Who wouldn't want to watch Marisa? She is stunning.
Wow, you are really buttering my buns today.
New year, new me. It won't last. Tomorrow. Wait, tomorrow is Give Her Upper Friday.
That's right. So we'll see how it goes.
We'll see how it goes.
We'll see how it goes. And that's it. We'll be back next week with an all-new episode.
That's right. And remember, we may go off topic, but you know what, Marisa?
What?
For all of 2026, we will still be on brand.
Bye.
Bye.
Brand.